Welcome. In this video, we will discuss about the subdued northeast monsoon. So this is part of your syllabus in GS paper 1 under the geography as well as various climate phenomena associated with it. So this topic is important from your GS paper 1 perspective, and at time in your prelims also UPSC has asked about the various climate phenomena. So this topic is important. Let's begin. Rainfall over the southern peninsular region has been deficient so far. So this is something apart from the cyclone which the South India is recently facing, South cyclone Nirvar, which actually just came into the coast of the Tamil Nadu. Apart from that, the deficiency of rainfall was noticed in the peninsular India, and which actually indicate that the northeast monsoon has remained subdued this year. So this is something which has been realized by the meteorologists, that the northeast monsoon was subdued this year. What are the reason why this particular monsoon this year was subdued? We will discuss about that in this video itself. But the idea is that the cyclones, the rainfall which the Tamil Nadu and the Karnataka and the other parts of the peninsular India is receiving now is because of the cyclonic rainfall and not because of the northeast monsoon. So this is something you should remember. Now India, the pattern of rainfall here is that India receives rainfall during two seasons. So it's not just the general understanding, or what people generally understand is that India receives monsoon during the time of June to September. That's the southwest monsoon. Though major part of India and the maximum amount of rainfall which the overall geographical land, if you see, is actually through the southwest monsoon, but there is also a monsoon through which India, some part of India actually get rainfall, and that is your northeast monsoon. So about 75% of the country's annual rainfall is received from the southwest monsoon between the June and September, the one which generally people call as monsoon, the rainy season which is declared as. But apart from that, there is also the northeast monsoon which occurs during the October to December time, and is a comparatively small scale monsoon which is confined to the southern peninsula, and it is also called as the winter monsoon. So just remember, from a geography perspective, it is important that you know India not only receive rainfall from the southwest monsoon, but it also receive rainfall from the northeast monsoon, but only limited to certain area in India, basically, and most importantly Tamil Nadu. So these are the important thing that you need to know. Now let's move forward and try to understand what is this northeast monsoon and why this particular monsoon come to India. So that is something we will discuss. After the complete withdrawal of southwest monsoon from the country, which takes place by mid-October. So what happened by mid-October, the southwest monsoon, the monsoon which was actually causing the rainfall in the major part of the country, the wind reverse themselves, they withdraw themselves from the mainland India, and the wind pattern then rapidly changes from the southwesterly to the northeasterly direction, and that is why how we call them southwest and northeast. So basically from the southwest direction, the direction reverses to the northeast. So this is how the wind pattern changes going forward when after mid-October the southwest winds withdraw themselves from the mainland India. The period after the southwest monsoon season from October to December is the peak for cyclonic activity in the North Indian Ocean region covering the Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal. Now this is important point that in general, if there is no climate change, or because of no changes if there, in the general scenario what happened during October and December is actually the time when more and more cyclones come in. But right now, because of the climate change and the changing in weather pattern, these cyclones are also observed along the width of the year. Anytime cyclones are being observed now, but the major time when the cyclone happens, for an example, right now when the cyclone Nirvar is happening, it is the time when the cyclonic activity is actually at peak in the Indian Ocean region, which is actually our Bay of Bengal or the Arabian Sea. The winds associated with the formation of low pressure system, depressions or cyclone influence this monsoon and therefore the rainfall. So what is this that actually influence the rainfall? So the cyclone also has an influence on the way the northeast monsoon is going to provide rainfall to the region. So cyclonic activity, think about it. all the rainfall, all the wind movement, they are related to the pressure gradient. So if the wind, if there is a region of low pressure, then wind will be directed towards that area and there will be more rainfall over there if they are moisture laden. So because of its cyclonic activity also has a kind of a ripple effect on the overall northeast monsoon. Now let's also try to understand what is the regions where are basically the northeast monsoon actually occur. So the rainfall associated with northeast monsoon is important for Tamil Nadu, Puducherry, Karaikal, Yanam, coastal Andhra Pradesh, Kerala and northern interior Karnataka, Mahe and Lakshadweep. So these are the areas. So basically if you actually look at it, it is Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Puducherry and its associated islands, Lakshadweep and your Tamil Nadu. So these are the major regions which will get rainfall from the northeast monsoon. Tamil Nadu is actually the maximum beneficiary of the northeast monsoon because it record about 48% of its annual rainfall during these months, making it the key factor for undertaking agriculture activities and reservoir management in the state. So basically in Tamil Nadu, it is actually the northeast monsoon which is more prominent. Why? Because in your geography you might have already studied how the north southwest monsoon actually move past it because there is no orographic rainfall, which you can understand, like there is no mountain range or the side of Tamil Nadu which will cause the rainfall. So it goes parallel to the mountain range and because of it Tamil Nadu do not receive much of the rainfall during the southwest monsoon. It does receive but not much. On the other hand side, it is one of the state which get the maximum benefit from the northeast monsoon. Some South Asian countries such as Maldives, Sri Lanka, Myanmar do record a rainfall during October to December. So it's not only India but even Maldives, Sri Lanka and Myanmar also receive rainfall from the northeast monsoon. So these are the reasons which get the benefit of rainfall which is caused by the northeastern wind. So northeast monsoon basically means it is caused by the winds which are moving from northeastern direction. Now let's try to understand what happened this year, why this year is facing a deficient rainfall. So very like the important reason is actually the prevailing of La Nina condition. What is La Nina and El Nino? You will discuss, you will study about it in your geography. But just for the understanding over here, La Nina refers to the large scale cooling of the ocean surface temperature in the central and eastern equatorial Pacific Ocean. So what happened? The temperature of the water surface of the eastern equatorial Pacific Ocean, so the it becomes cooler than the average. So there will be a drop of 3 to 5 degrees Celsius in the surface water temperature of the eastern equatorial Pacific Ocean when there is a La Nina situation. This will be coupled with the changes in the tropical atmospheric circulation, namely winds, pressure and rainfall. So this La Nina or this cooling of the eastern equatorial Pacific Ocean will cause a major change in the winds and pressure condition, and all these things combined together has major repercussion over the overall weather pattern of the world. Now another thing for you to remember is that there is also another term associated which is your El Nino. El Nino you can understand as the complete reversal of La Nina. What happened in El Nino is that the Pacific Ocean, the eastern equatorial Pacific Ocean now becomes warmer than usual. So this is what happened when there is an El Nino situation, and El Nino and La Nina together they are also called as ENSO, which is your El Nino Southern Oscillation. This pattern have a major implication over the wind pattern, pressure belt as well as the rainfall patterns across the globe. So this is something you need to know. In your geography you must have read about it in more detail. Now it's a cue for you. Go to the NCERT class 11 book and in that read about the El Nino and La Nina. So why this particular La Nina condition has now weakened the monsoon? Because what happened? La Nina conditions enhance the rainfall associated with the southwest monsoon but has a negative impact on the rainfall associated with the northeast monsoon. So La Nina, when there is a La Nina condition, India will receive more than usual southwest monsoon rainfall, but on the other hand the northeast monsoon will be subdued. So this is one of the major reasons why this year is seeing the deficient rainfall from the northeast monsoon. Another important thing which is to be considered is the intertropical convective zone, which is your ITCZ. So over here, this is basically the convergence zone. Convergence happen over here of the trade winds from the both north and the south side at the equator. They converge and create a convergence zone. The current position of the ITCZ has also contributed to the poor rainfall during the ongoing monsoon season. So the present position, the position at which the trade winds from north and south are now converging, has also created a kind of implication over the rainfall which was expected from the northeastern monsoon. What is ITCZ? It is a low pressure belt. Just remember, it is a low pressure belt whose northward and southward movement along the equator determine the precipitation in the tropic. So you must have studied in your geography that when India is having the monsoon, at that time the ITCZ pass near the Delhi region of India. So it is near the Delhi region or the northern India where the ITCZ is, and that is one of the reasons why the monsoon happened in the India mainland. So when this particular position of ITCZ is so important for the monsoon, the present position is not very favorable for the northeast monsoon. Why? Because currently the ITCZ is located to the north of its normal position. So normally what should be the condition, like it should come from the October onward, it should start coming back towards the equator. But right now it is still northern than its normal position, and because of it the monsoon is not very prominent from the northeastern side. Now this particular video is you could consider more complicated because it has very basic concepts of geography. So the idea is you go back to your NCRT, try to understand these concepts, and then you will be able to understand this video better. But if you have any doubt, feel free to drop a comment, and then maybe I could have a video in which I will explain the Indian monsoon system in detail. So I hope you have liked this video. If you have any doubt, feel free to drop a comment. Thank you.